Season review.
I think y'all ready to call the meeting order?
Yeah.
Alright, 6:02. Good to see everybody, everybody's here, all present, none absent, that's always good to see. That's all you used to see me this much. Give everybody a second to read over the minutes. I do see one thing there that needs changing. Somebody, the second road to be fixed, it says cemetery road, it be Bynum Drive.
Cemetery road,
And
Bynum Drive is cemetery road.
somebody,
That is Bynum Drive, that cemetery road is Bynum Drive.
yeah, Bynum Drive.
BYE.
Yep, BYN.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes as corrected.
All right, got a motion, need a second.
Second.
Got a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, let's take a look at those lines. Let me know when you're ready. We'll look for a motion.
I make a motion, we approve it.
All right, got a motion? Got a second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Fire department report, sir.
Mayor and council, I appreciate y'all letting me be here tonight. Got several things to go over, but one very important thing right out of the gate. Christmas Day, Billy Glass spoke to me and gave his resignation as fire chief of the fire department. I met with him yesterday at 12 noon. Him and Kerry both are retiring out of volunteer fire service. And according to our department bylaws, the fire assistant chief automatically assumes the role of fire chief. I would like y'all's support to have that ratified to the town if you support that. That's the first order of business there, I guess, that would have to be taken.
So I'll make a motion. Is that what we do?
Yes.
I'll make the motion.
I thought the mayor appointed.
He does, but they came to me, you need to know this. They came to me and they said, the volunteer fire, said we have to work with a guy we select. And it comes before the council.
And I'm not saying it hasn't been me. If y'all want to choose somebody else, that's y'all's choice.
Well, if it's my choice, I'll make a motion to approve Shannon Hobson as the new fire chief.
Right, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That'll do that?
Can the mayor make the motion?
I can't make the motion, but I can appoint him.
I think
Your point.
we can take a vote in support of the mayor's decision.
That's right.
I agree, I was gonna make a motion too.
Let's do it this way, Sherry make a motion,
Yeah.
Support the mayor's appointment.
and I need a second.
Second.
Alright, all in favor?
Who seconded it?
Nancy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Sorry about that.
So, I met with Billy yesterday, and, we're starting the transition phase as far as accounts, vendors, and stuff like that. You know, those things are not gonna be handled within a couple of days. It takes time to get those out. I've already taken control of the checkbook and all that, so it's already in my possession. What we're gonna do, my first order of business is me and Billy are going to go down to Regions Bank and close that account, and I'm going to get checks issued, and then we're gonna immediately go to Hometown Bank and open a new account, because that's where the loan of the fire truck is. I would be more comfortable doing business with somebody that loans money. So that's my first order of business. We're hoping to have that taken care of by the end of the week. It's obviously a process for Regions, obviously. But the transition will be going smooth, like I said. Life just got in the way for him, just got busy, grandkids or whatever, so he felt the need that he wasn't able to provide the time and the effort and support that we needed with the fire department in the town, so he elected to basically retire. It was resign, retire. My first order of business as chief yesterday was to promote Jeff Harmon from lieutenant to captain. Due to our limited manpower at this time, the assistant chief position and lieutenant's position will be mothballed, because there's not enough people to have an extended span of control to have 9 million different officers. But Jeff is under the authority as being the captain of being my number 2 guy if I'm not around, and he will also be the number 2 guy to present any kind of fire report to y'all if I'm not available to come there. He has full powers if I'm not available. So last year for 2025, we had 319 responses. 2024 was 318, so we're right on track with last year. The year before that was 260, so you can see the percentage of how many call volume, or how the call volume is rising. I expect this year for it to be higher than 319. It may prove me wrong, but I expect that because of just how much traffic is starting to go through and how many people are starting to move to the area. I did get a quote finally for some signs. None of the Birmingham companies would get back in touch with me. I guess the little small fire departments have enough business for them. So I was actually able to speak with Dyer Sign, and as recommended by several of the council, it would be a small sign for the front of the old building here, or the original fire station, a sign on the side of the building, and a sign on the front of the new building. They quoted a price of $2,380. Fire department, we just don't have that money right now to get those signs. So that's the reason why I brought you all, if y'all wanted to do something, or we just need to table it and wait till later.
Can you do half?
I have to look exactly where we're at on the checking account, but I think we could probably do that.
I'd offer a move to go half for the fire department with the signs.
And is that them?
That's everything. That's them making the signs and installing them.
Okay.
I'll second.
Do we need to do sign on the side at this time, or would we be better off to go with the 2 smaller signs on the front? Kind of say, it doesn't matter where is y'all's preference on that. I'm just
That's
talking
the
about.
side of the new building, right?
That's correct. I know there was some some remarks made that you would like a sign on the side of the building, so
Oh.
people could drive up and down the road and actually see what the building was from the roadway.
What the sign would be made of, what's the process?
Is it like the one up there?
It's, similar to some of these signs that they're putting out, it's weatherproof and all that stuff. It's,
Be a vinyl sign?
yeah, it'd be a vinyl, type sign. So the sign would have our logo on it, it would have Station 75 over the top. Here, it would just have the logo of Station 75, and an American flag underneath it for the small building. And for the larger building, it would have the same logo, but at the bottom, I wanted to do something special for Bill and Joan Murray and Jeff Harmon for being a part of our community, our fire department for 30+ years. So it would be named the Murray Harmon Building, and that would be in small print underneath at the bottom line. The new building. It would have Rosa Fire Department, but at the bottom it would be dedicated.
I don't see any reason to just go less signs. If we're gonna do it, might as well go ahead and get it all done instead of, cause if we procrastinate and we do little, we might not get around to doing.
We need to identify some highways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that 23 for those signs?
That's for all three signs, $2,380 for all three signs.
Cause that is this $1,195.
Would that be, maybe on plywood or have a backing to it, or just?
I think it's just a metal, just a standard metal building sign.
Be a metal backing?
Yeah, I think so. It'd be a metal sign, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I agree with that. We should go ahead and do it.
Well, need a motion for town to pay that, that's what the council, moves to
You
do.
said that.
That motion.
I mean,
That's that motion.
And Jeff second.
Jeff second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next item of business, I guess we'll get the insurance out of the way. So I met with, the lady at the Jim Murphy Agency. Our insurance renews in February. I've got a meeting with them in the morning also. We added the new building. It raised, our premium $39 to our existing, property. Let's see here, how much. Here we go, let me break this down. So for it's $100,000 on the structure, I think is what we did. And then there's all the other coverage as far as the debris removal, business income, extra expense for rental, employee dishonesty, fine arts, fire department service charge, forgery and altercation, money and securities inside premises, newly acquired business property, outdoor property, tree, shrubs, radio or television antennas, pollutant cleanup, removal, property in transit, property off premises, refrigerated products, salesperson samples, utility services failure, and business income expenses.
I'll look at that in a minute.
Do it, yeah. But, so, this past year, our, the total that we paid for, 2025 was, our total premium was $4,045.00. Since we paid in full, we got a $364 discount, so we paid $3,681. That was for the year. That's for our commercial property coverage, commercial general liability, and minimum premium adjustment. So I had carried this to Alpha and let them look over it for another price, and they said that they didn't insure stuff like that, so they weren't interested in it. This right here is through All Owners Insurance through the Jim Murphy Agency. The only other really entity we've got in Warren County would be the Allison Agency, which uses these same insurance companies. When I meet with her in the morning, she said that she would send this out to the other insurance companies that they deal with, see if any of them came back with a better rate to the same coverage. So we've had all the loans, I think she said for 14 years, does that sound right? So, I guess it'd be up to council to decide, y'all wanna go forward and just renew the auto owners insurance, or if y'all want me to shop that around in the morning and move on it. However, do what?
I don't know if we can try anything better, much cheaper. As I look at this, if I understand it correctly, the property is covered for $1 million.
Yeah, that's what it says on this one right here. That's the whole property, the way I understood it.
Yeah. I think you said 100,000.
I was just talking about the building, the building itself.
You couldn't rebuild this building for $100,000.
No, the building on here, the building we added.
Well, I understand that would say be $50,000.
Is that what it says?
Building limit $76,000.
Building limit. What, well, I can discuss that with him in the morning and get it raised.
Per building?
It's a separate lot just for that building. I mean, that's about what we built it for, isn't it?
Yes.
So I don't see any problem with that. But if you think we need $100,000 coverage, now's the time to make that declaration. Agreed value, would be an agreed value. And it may be that they will only insure that type of building for $76,000.
Right.
But this building right here, we need, at least need $250,000 or $300,000 coverage just for the structure.
I agree.
And, you know, $1 million might be overkill. And I thought along that line, we might be able to save on premium if this $1 million was actually for the structure, we change that to $500,000 instead of $1 million. It might bring the premium down.
What's that? What was that one?
It says newly acquired or constructed property. I don't see any other category that references the structure here.
But property?
Newly acquired or constructed property, like constructed buildings. Is the way I interpret that. $1 million.
It looks like right here, I'll let you look at this too. It looks like a building that says the limits, 450,800.
Yeah, is that the detail?
Yes, this is, yeah, that's just for the building up there, supposedly. She may have put it all together, that's the one that Julia was handing inside.
Well, newly acquired might explain that. Okay, so this is just the rider for that building up there. But why $1 million? Isn't it? I guess that's accident maybe?
That might be the liability.
All right,
Here, you gonna look through this one?
please.
I think let's do how much payment what we got.
Well, being in these type positions, I always worry about worst case scenario and us losing everything.
Happen in a heartbeat.
True.
I feel about that. But yeah, that.
I was trying to read and hear your explanation, so the premium, the new premium is $36.81 or $36.81.
That's what we paid last year, I don't know what the premium she said would stay the same,
Okay.
so.
And this is just a quote of the new building.
Yes.
So she needs to just re-quote everything with the new building, would be more clear
Okay,
to me.
okay.
When does this expire?
We gotta renew it by February, or in February.
Yep, Jack doesn't like insurance either.
I hate insurance, I hate it, it's fine, when I see the big.
Because you feel like you're just losing.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about insurance is, you have to take this schedule, like, we don't have $15,000 in trees and shrubs.
And what?
In trees and shrubs,
That's right.
you know,
We got no, but we gotta take care of it.
property in transit, $25,000. What kind of,
Property in transit.
yeah. Refrigerator.
That's why Bill threw John and Christie too.
I guess that's what we get into, like, get into a commercial. And,
That's what it was.
Well, it's just a game, but
They got our name on.
they've got this policy, if you're on the insurance, you gotta take this schedule, you gotta pay their premium. So $450, $800 on the building,
Do what now?
$450, $800, you're right. Can I ride on that?
Got to on.
Can I check something?
Yeah. Yeah, you're driving.
I move that we table this until you speak with her.
The premium's
Well-
due around the first of
Oh,
February.
it's due.
Thank you.
So we need to make up our minds.
Think about
We
this.
received that.
We gotta get it done, okay.
Yeah, I
I withdraw,
need,
we need to know. Well, what if we stay with them through this year and shop around until it's due again? But I don't know that there's, I'm not kinda like you, Jason, I don't know if there's anybody's willing insurance.
well, if you take it somewhere else, they're gonna shop with the same companies, I would imagine,
Exactly.
unless you go with a bigger firm out of somewhere else, if you're gonna stay.
And take a little cut more than others.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think you can save enough. We're really benefit.
And a lot of
Sometimes what we deal with makes a difference.
A lot of times too, it looks good up front, and then,
And you start dealing with them and they don't know you.
well, either that or that second or third year, right?
Yeah. years, I just won't do it. You get too many horror stories on some of the others. I can rely on the one guy.
I will say that this insurance, that time that we had that roof put on this building, they paid for that roof. Best I remember. Is that right?
We do.
And,
I would go with you, but I got a full schedule tomorrow. If everything I checked on this, ask them if we can remove that, if that reduces our premium.
okay.
Kind of adjustment.
Or adjust it.
If you have to take that, okay.
I don't see that those items are really necessary. Refrigerated products,
Right.
I mean, y'all don't refrigerate blood or anything, do you?
Yes, sir.
So, you know,
But then I could see, excuse me, them transporting stuff, so does it cover the fire department stuff too?
No.
No.
Our department has their own insurance.
Okay.
We have our own, I pulled this today just so that way I can become familiar with all.
well, there is fire department stuff in there. I didn't check that because I thought
Isn't it?
we needed.
Yeah, ours doesn't cover the buildings. It
No.
covers our equipment.
We
But
could,
they are getting the stuff out of the buildings and that kind of thing this week. It's a tricky business, you know, I don't know.
But she did ask me if you guys are on vehicle insurance.
Yeah, we do.
I told her to do it.
Through VFIS, we do. We have, coverage for the trucks, personnel, liability insurance, because we run EMS calls. That's required by the state to have an advanced cardiac life support license. Covers, let's just say somebody gets in here and embezzles a bunch of money, that's covered under there. If we get sued by anybody for malfeasance or whatever, it's covered. And we've got a lot of coverage on that VFIS.
Those same items are in that policy. But if you get over there and they have questions, just call me.
okay.
And I'm sorry, it's the beginning of the new year.
Well, that's the way all this is.
We're
And-
close.
And I don't have to meet with her tomorrow, that is another day, if you want to be present, there's another day that we could, I could set up another day.
Yeah, I figured for his seats.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, I'm
Whenever
sure,
it's convenient for you.
yeah, I'm sure we could do that, she had called me this afternoon.
That'd be good. That way we can talk through it and go back and forth, and he said, she said, and I'll be glad to help you.
Okay.
I wanna make a motion then that we go with the same company after clarification.
A second.
All right. All in favor of that motion, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. One, side note on that, that she did bring up was that we didn't have any kind of bond policy with the town. I told her I didn't know that we needed that, but she told me to bring that to the council, and she does.
She does.
Well, I did, but they kept canceling it. And so I just let it go.
Okay.
Cause I'm not gonna embezzle my money, so y'all. While those men.
I didn't handle
I
it.
think my phone is right.
That's what the code is.
Well, they've been charging me different charges, like, I didn't do one, it started at like $200 a year, and then I got a thing for $255, and then and it just kept going flexing. And then they, for some reason, they sent me a thing and said they canceled it, and so I just let it stay that way.
Well, if that's something that,
We need to
to
do,
discuss with her, then we'll discuss it while we're there.
It was Jim Murphy. We had it with Alice
Yeah,
the first year,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
since I didn't handle the money,
Yeah.
they dropped it on me.
Okay. Well, me and Jack will talk to her over there, and we'll get that straightened out. And,
So do we need to make a motion on a bond if that's something we have to have. Or do we do that later?
If it goes in with the insurance, you wouldn't have to.
Typically, I've always thought that that was part of the budget, and when you adopt a budget, that's included, and you make it a move in the second of the budget, and so it
So, yeah,
kind of blankets on that. But if we don't have a budget, I think we need to get cost and present it to the board.
okay.
Okay. Alright, we'll do that, and we'll go and we'll bring it back,
And include the clerk in with it. Okay, that's it.
The bond would probably be a separate policy, a separate deal, and it'll have its own term, usually it's a year or 2 years or something like that.
and we did, we added the new building with the pest control. So they come out and turn around stuff on it.
Yeah, they come out, they'd already done the termite visit, they come out today and did all the spraying and stuff through the town hall and section.
They put the, I haven't never looked, they're gonna put the Centricon things around the building and all that,
Should
so.
the bond be for the mayor and the clerk?
Yeah, and it has to be on you too.
Okay.
Wouldn't it?
I'll check the law, I know,
I don't.
having been the clerk, I knew the clerk
Yeah.
has to have a bond.
Right.
Where the money's concerned.
Then we need to get that squared away. All right.
Did you read that on there? That if we pay, it, 5%, no,
5% off.
5%
Pay
off,
the year.
pay it for a year.
It's worth it.
When, do you know this is due, or is it just paid by the month?
They debited, it's debited out.
So,
So I just have to call that number and tell them, yeah, you're paid, and then they'll do whatever.
alright. Has the council got anything on that?
We have the money, so if, once we get the premium clarified, I'd say go ahead and pay it in advance. and
Yeah.
save the money.
I have something to add. He brought up a budget. We didn't have money enough to have a budget. We moved in. She can tell you one camp was overdrawn,
They,
and they didn't even have a capital improvement account.
the general fund was,
So we didn't have.
But it looks good now, it's up to
yeah.
Well, let's see.
111,000.
Them road funds, fix the roads.
We'll get all that.
Oh, that's gonna look bad.
So it'd be the council's pleasure to make a motion on pay this in full and get the 5% discount.
Yes.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Not close.
Alright, motion carries. If you can take care of that, we
Yes.
appreciate it. You got anything else we need to go through before we get into the roads? Y'all strapped in, ready to go? So, me and Jack, we met with the commissioner and his foreman and rode the roads not long after last meeting and identified the worst ones. Bright Road being number 1 and Katie Ann Lane, because that's where most of our traffic is, and that's the heaviest travel roads, I would say, besides Ebell Road. And, so we identified that it needed to be done, the problems on it. Then the second road we looked at was, our third road we looked at was Bowman Drive, around the cemetery over there, and it's just in shambles, it's all in pieces. So we identified it as, number 3, on the list. And then we looked at, Nelson Drive. Really, it was in pretty good shape. Just need a little work on the hill and up there at the top of the hill to kind of build that up and turn that water as it always had. And then the next road would be Foul Circle and Bluebird Lane. And then the last road was Pecan Drive. It was probably in the best shape of the road we looked at when you say that. So, as we discussed last meeting, that we would, that something had to be done to Bryant Road. Because it's just, it's potholes, it's just in pretty rough shape. We rode Eville too, Eville Road's in pretty good shape.
Except the east side,
Yeah.
above the church.
Hard to hear you.
West
Do what?
got a big hole.
Is that on the county side or on our side?
It's on our side. All Ebell from Shell Drive to our mailbox is not. That's on the south side. That being north, where to the Ebell Church.
Mm-hmm.
And up to the top of the hill where the water is, as they shot the satellite photos and then the flag.
Okay. So from, I guess we'll start from Bryant River. And I think I've tried to get clarification on these today, because they gave us 2 quotes for Peggy Ann Lane, and I want to think that one of these was probably for Bryant Drive, or I hope that was the case. Because he gave the county gave a quote of $31,102.12 to resurface Peggy Ann Lane. And then here's another bid for Peggy Ann Lane, building up 0.2 miles from State Highway 231, filling in potholes. It was $21,574.26. So what I don't know is if they were quoting 2 different things, or if one of these was supposed to be for Bryant Drive. But we discussed last month what Bryant Drive was. It was like 67,000 or something. Bryant Road, yeah. That's what I meant. So we identified a ditch on Bryant Road that was washing into the road that needed some riprap put in it and fixed, and 3 pipes that needed replaced. And for that, the county quoted $19,168.60. For Bynum Drive, they quoted the price to replace the crossing pipes for $17,548.40. That road has 3 pipes in it also. And then the resurfacing cost, what was that paper at? I lost it.
Yeah, I don't think they have a surface on the Bryant Drive.
Yeah, not this one. Right there it is. And to resurface Bynum Drive would be $25,621.87.
Bynum Road?
Bynum Drive.
Oh, it's not, okay.
And then they quoted for Nelson Drive $9,736.20. to do that work on Nelson Drive.
Pretty steep, isn't it?
I thought so. My thoughts on this is all these bids are pretty high. A lot more than they should be, I would say, in my eyes.
Did you ask for extra quote? You know, prices?
I'm sure it was.
Wouldn't Cleveland using somebody?
Yeah, I was about to ask if
Cleveland's,
the town private contractor.
well, that's where I was going next. Cleveland, they just bid theirs out. That's how they do theirs. Whoever gets the bid, that's, they review the bids just like we do. Depending on what's in that bid and what provides the best service to the town, that's the one they go with. Local Sport does the same thing. I know Cleveland just used Dunn Construction to do a good bit of paving for them. That's who's won the bid on that they fixed down there in front of the funeral home, backside the grocery store, about half an hour right there. It was real good. So all these roads, the biggest pipe that would need to be put in these roads would be a 2-foot pipe, a 24-inch pipe. And I went to Harvey Culver today, and the cost of the pipes for right at $950, $948 something. We'll go at $950 for the pipes. So, that you're probably talking about half a load of rock put them in. So I would say on Bound Drive and on Bryant Road that the cost on each of those roads for material would be somewhere around $5,000. So that's just for the cost of the material. So three on each road, 3 pipes on each road. I gotta go back and look at Bryant Drive, and I'm pretty sure I can have 3. There's one where it connects to Eval. There's one about halfway up there, Bryant Road,
Where Peggy Ann Lane is?
where it's dipped in. No, there's one this side of Peggy Ann Lane.
Okay.
There's one by her house, and that's the only one that I saw. I didn't see one where it goes in the other side of Palisades Park. Or what? That's Eval on that side too. What's that road called? Eval. Okay. I didn't see it, but it's just a wide turnout right there. I didn't see a pipe right there. Is that road ditch pretty good?
Yeah,
So
it seems so held up.
So that water probably just naturally flows off the hill.
Didn't you, your sister had one, above Bryant Road? No. Yes.
Oh, Jeff.
Okay.
I thought you had one where the rock was in the yard.
Well, there's one on eBay.
Yeah,
That's when you come,
where your sister used to
Yeah.
live.
yeah, there's one right there. It's one across eBay.
I've got
I can't remember it's on Bryant Road, just in that little short section right there. I think it's on over the hill. Never had any problems on this side, my side.
right. I didn't see any down through there. From the top of the hill all the way. It looked like that water was just naturally.
Yeah, like I said, I never known.
There was one person that needed a driveway pipe put in there to keep that water out of the road, and that was his man.
We do,
Somebody else moved back
Yeah.
there and moved there.
before you get to the garage on Shell Drive, past the swamp, it's as big as that table, pavement left.
Okay.
You
Pretty
seen
good spot there,
that?
yeah. It's bigger and bigger.
Well,
I'm sure that traffic didn't hit it.
What do you think we need to do?
Like I said, it's starting to
You
deteriorate.
think we need to get quotes?
That would be my recommendation.
Maybe we just wanna
Y'all do what you,
get the whole project out and see what we get.
we can bid the whole project out. We've got,
They gonna have to be done anyway.
100,
So you count that as one
What was
bid?
the total of what they were?
do what?
What was the full total of what they were?
Oh, I don't remember, I had that up last night, but I done.
No, that's not what we're looking at. Last time it was paved up my way was shortly right after I went to work in the park. And then right before I.
We've got 197,
Somewhere on there.
we've got $197,277.11 available funds set aside for our road use. And I would prefer that, you know, we didn't use all of it, because we need to save some for emergencies. Once she gets that back to me, I'll add it all up, but, whether y'all want to go through the bid process and advertise bids and do it that way, or we want to get 3 quotes on that, but,
Or do you count that as one?
do what?
You can't count that.
That'd
as
be
one.
one, that'd be one bid.
What's the bid law? The
Three.
bid law?
$30,000.
30,000, and, under 30,000, yeah, anything up to 30,000, we can just hire it out
That's as much as you can do in a year.
in a year. Okay, so that's not each project, that's a year.
Anything that's like-minded, all paving, as long as it's within $30,000.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Because I was under the assumption that she was in that project. Yeah, she did.
You buy $30,000 worth of paper,
What it is, or it beat you, I remember.
Right.
or you do buy $35,000 worth of paper,
It's going to do that anyway. You do, just those in the Bryant area, you're going to do that.
But I think it's more than that. I think you have to come up with a scope of work, you know, clipping the shoulders, fixing the pipe, fixing the ditches. Areas where you need to build up the base, you have to scope, provide that in a scope of work
Right.
before you ask for bids.
And these bids that the county sent to us are very vague. It doesn't, and it's not what I asked for. I asked for it to be itemized, you know. They're gonna run a reclaim machine over it, or, and I tried to get a meeting with them today.
Yeah.
I tried to get a meeting with them today to kind of clarify some of that, and didn't happen, so.
I think they know it.
I didn't get a call back either.
Yeah, I even had Jack try to reach out to him, but, I just need to go sit down and, it was more than that, wasn't it? It was this one, 124,000, it's gonna be more than that. But even if y'all decide to go with the county's bill, I don't know exactly what we're gonna get for those services.
exactly.
I think what I figured is, you might have got what you added up. I think I figured in the right road quote too.
Well, what I don't understand is how come the Bryant Road is the longest road, but there's the smallest quote on it next to, even Peggy and I.
Well,
I heard just in that area, you're looking at 60.
the quote that they done for Bryant Road was just to replace the pipes and fix that.
Oh, that wasn't for all those potholes and.
No, that wasn't for resurfacing.
That was 164.
Which one was for the research?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's it, 124, 75.
And that's not with the resurfacing.
No, that's not, so you add 60, whatever thousand he come up with on that other, on top of that.
You two just don't seem right.
So, yeah, they sometimes.
If the council and the public can give us some time, I think the best solution is to produce a scope of work and bid it out, and see if we can resurface the 5 major roads that you described.
And are you saying like, I don't know that we can get it all done in a year.
Yeah, but
I may be wrong, but
I wrote it some.
Well, I think the Bryan area, I think.
that one
is
needs done
possible.
first, and then, you know,
This is
so.
terrible.
Cemetery can wait, you don't, really big surprise how much traffic, somebody wants to circle around there, and kill them.
Right.
But as far as really needing it,
Well, here's what I had in mind. It's pretty,
I'm pretty, just Bryant Road, Bryant Drive, Hagen Lane, those 3 right there.
the commissioners,
Yeah.
the commissioners has made a point that he don't want pothole the roads because they're not worth potholing. But
Buy for another year or 2.
on the other hand, we've got to get some relief on those roads, at least get them where you can drive over them.
And not get tires of it.
Yeah, without having to creep up through there. So,
And it will cost $182. I just put one.
but, so, I was on the same deal as Jack there, that we either one, I've got the credit applications that I've got to fill out for Vulcan materials, so we're gonna go back and buy material again. Cause when Vulcan bought out Madison Materials, all that didn't swap over, so we don't have an account with them. So, I gotta get that filled out, I need some information from you here in a minute to get us back where we can buy, as a town, can buy material ourselves. And, I would say either put down some crusher run in those spots, which on Bryant Drive is Bryant Road is gonna be a lot. Or we can do cold mix, whatever.
They'll have, I got gravel up there during holiday,
Yeah,
they're gonna have millings
they do that,
available to buy in the next, say, 30 days.
will they?
What
They're welcome. I said before,
So they're gonna start selling those?
What is that?
That'd be great.
ground up asphalt.
Okay.
Well, then that's what we need to use. In those spots. And that way we spread it with the machine. I told Jack, and we can do 1 or 2 things, we can do whatever y'all want to do. I told him I would spread it if I had to, just to get us through. I donate my time and equipment to do it, but if we could get a contractor just to haul that and spread it on them parts to get us through and fill in those parts till we can, cause this right here is gonna be really detailed. I mean, by the time we get 3 bids on it, or put it out for bid, you know, do the bid description, everything out, because, we're gonna have to meet with some paving companies and stuff, and about chip sealing these roads. But, and I would be interested, and Jack, you probably know a lot more about this than I do, about the bids and the way they work. So if we was to bid every road we had out at one time, just to see what it would cost us, to resurface, say, and then we worked on getting the roads ready, or say, you know, just hiring a contractor or something. Is that something you can do, or do we need to bid it out for the?
If I follow you right, I think what I would do is bid out for services to do the general work, the grading, the spreading of the gravel, maybe fixing the pipes or, put that in a package and publish it for bid.
And then do a separate bid for the chip seal. Or asphalt, or whatever we decide.
But chip seal and asphalt, those companies are gonna expect the road to be
Right, ready to go.
ready to shoot.
Somebody like Charles Watts just wants to come here
Shoot.
and put it down and go.
Do we need to wait till after the wet season to do the surface?
We gotta start rolling on bids now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be, I mean, it'll take us, yeah, it'll take a month to get the paperwork ready and then get those bids out and then, you know, whatever the bid period is, whether it's 30 days or 60 days or whatever.
Got anything to go by as far as the scope of work? Or have somebody that more knowledgeable on you? How we get that written up?
See, like the county and stuff, they do their own prep work, you know, so they don't get that stuff out. But I think we're smart enough to put together a scope of work that would set aside the bid requirement. And the response would be an hourly rate or have some equipment defined in it, you know, so much for a dump truck, so much for a grader, so much for a backhoe per hour. That's like the FEMA. The FEMA schedule's a pretty good schedule, I think.
But, you know, somebody with it'll take somebody with a road crew, those roads are going to be plowed up and then worked. Then the pipe, you want to plow it up before you put the pipes in, that way if you don't get into the top of one of them pipes while you're plowing it up, you know. You don't put that on a new pipe. But, I don't know, what y'all's thoughts?
You too.
I don't feel like putting in my 2 cents is very, I want y'all to come more to suggest what to do, because I'm not knowledgeable of them. I don't even know what this stuff was putting out, okay? So let me just admit my road ignorance and let y'all make those recommendations, cause.
Well, Jack is guardrail and he knows roads and
He's working, yeah, that's what I said, so I would go with your recommendations.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Here's,
I work on trails, so.
I talk to it, so I can tell you how to fix it.
here would, I think would be my recommendation to council and y'all figure out is that we hire somebody one time under the limit just to put this stuff down on the roads to get these potholes filled.
Okay.
Here and maybe Bynum Drive, or on Bright Road for sure,
The bus driver would appreciate it.
and
That area needs.
and maybe Bynum, if we could get those middles, because that would be a big deal. I'll get this credit out, filled out with local materials, so we can just, I can order that material, or they can, whoever goes to fix that material up, can just get it from the town of Rosa, and, have our tax.
Get some info, kind of tax code.
I agree with that, as long as the contractor's very clear that they can't exceed $30,000.
Yeah.
And if we have work above that, then we'll have to bid the rest of the work.
Right.
Okay.
And then, but what I was, the other part of that I was saying, and that's just to fix those bad spots, to get these roads dry.
So we're gonna put a Band-Aid on it, but
Yeah.
You just want to do potholes, or you want to do some of that piping also there?
No, just right now, just do the surface, the potholes, and get it.
Was there a spot there, right, road that needs something bad, something about pipe?
there's this piece that's washing out across from Ray's house.
Yeah.
Ray, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
they're right there.
Ray's house, and I mean, it's really
There's a
washing.
river out there that
Yeah.
goes through.
And,
Is it something they get done?
There's another-
No, I think okay, we'll do it when we do the pipes, but what I was getting at is, we'll do that and get them to put that material on the road, and get it where it's driving, and then we'll work on getting the bid out for putting the pipes, and doing the grade work, you know, get the roads ready to pave. And, we'll put that out, and then we'll put the chip seal bid out. And then we'll see where we're at, and we'll decide which one we wanna go with.
I make a motion to do what he just said.
You got all that, Julia?
Maybe surprise like that.
I'll second that motion because,
Andy already said.
oh, he did?
Here,
Oh, Sherry, Andy and Sherry.
Andy made the motion, Sherry seconded. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Anything else? Chip seal. Yeah.
S-I-L-L,
SEAL.
S-E-A-L, seal.
Yeah, seal.
I was thinking like a window seal.
We got a thank you card from Deer Tittle Construction. Customers like you are a pleasure. We appreciate your business and look forward to serving you again.
They put in our building.
Yeah, everyone built the building. The building's completely done. I will talk on this for a while. The building's completely done. I've got the electricity work done. We got it all paid for. Everything's paid for. The gas is run. They got the heater hung. The heater's working. So
Outdoor lights too.
the outdoor lights is where everything's working. So if y'all want to go up there and see it when we get done here, we'll take a little field trip up there.
Can we drive? Can I drive with them?
Yeah, you drive up there.
No, it's required to walk yourself.
In the dark.
You can
Watch that gate, got there with gas on it.
you drive all the way around the building. But so it's everything. The gravel's down around the building.
I forgot to mention, we got a new resident in town also, so it's official now.
Yeah,
Oh, we got your annex?
Yes,
Yeah, good deal.
we got the paperwork in the office.
Good deal.
He was in the map.
Jeff got all that deeded and signed, sealed, delivered. So
he's part of town.
you got it all in one month.
See what you asked for?
You made it. You made it in town limits and new fire chief for all
Yeah.
2 month period.
It's been a busy December and January, I'll tell you.
But we appreciate you serving in that role and willing to serve in that role with capacity. And we know you do a good job at it.
The leader's only as good as his people, and I've got some good folks on the call, so.
And we'd also like to thank Billy for his service, because Billy served as fire chief here for several years.
Yeah, the last 15 years was fire chief.
And been involved in the volunteer fire department. And we sure do hate to lose him and his family in the volunteer fire department. But we know, recognize that seasons of life changes and things change. And sometimes you have to step away from stuff that maybe that you'd like to still be involved in. And it's good that through the years that you got a good man to work beside him. The transition was fairly smooth. So.
That's the way it's supposed to go. I've been a part of a bunch of fire departments where when this stuff happens, it's a all out battle. It's almost resembles, when conflict happens in the church splitting.
Just hope we can get some more young folks involved.
Yeah, that is another top priority, is to get a good recruitment.
Will the fire department be recognizing Billy for his years of service?
I'm gonna try to get some pricing on a plaque. I know that, most of the time you can do an axe. It's an axe mounted on a piece of wood, and it's got a little plaque on it for his year of service. I was gonna get some prices on that, to present to him.
We should do it at a meeting, right?
Yeah, we'd like to have one day, maybe when it warms up, the weather gets better, just have a dedication. And I was thinking we could do all that at
That's some benefits.
one time.
We,
I'm a great smoker, yeah.
we want, some money from
I think it was $2,500, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, from, the census.
It's in
We,
my-
we turned in more percentage of our census than anybody in our county. And we got $2,500 and we hadn't spent it yet on the town.
Our new portfolio member.
So that's money that we can actually, by law, spend on the celebration.
Someone submitted that problem to.
The fire.
So we can spend it on the dedication. We can spend it on it to figure out what to spend it on. You know, you gotta be frugal in this.
That'd be good. All right, Sherry.
I'm like, motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
A second.
Andy?
Oh, so that's our new name.
All opposed? Kinda looks like Ann, don't it? All out. You want,